Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Kareem Hunt. Touchdown, Houston. Kareem Hunt, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So the Falcons make their way out behind their new quarterback for 2024, signed back in March, the veteran Kirk Cousins.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4. You look at this Eagle defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Here's 3rd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Tyrod Taylor, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like...
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD. Coup for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-six. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Cousins. Flushed. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
They go play action now. Taylor, he'll buy some time right. Touchdown! Ian Thomas, a 14-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Cousins. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 1. Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Cousins to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. You look at this Eagle defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with it.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Taylor. And that going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. From Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Taylor. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Luke Musgrave. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Koo now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Play action now. Cousins. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Cousins now from the 50. Caught out right by Renfro. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense set to go.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Now it's Taylor. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Luke Musgrave. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles extend their lead yet again. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory. Looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Hunter Renfrow to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Here's Taylor. A short throw to Musgrave. He faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. Let's go. Now Taylor. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham, 44 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Taylor going to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. From his end zone, here's Renfrow. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Cousins gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here you go, 48.
Here's Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.